Our favorite beer aficionado, Mr. Dutra, has more on, of course, Great
Oh, you
American
got a glass
Beer
in your
Festival.
hand.
Of course he is.
7:47. It's my 5 o'clock. So the Great American Beer Festival, it kicks off this weekend right here in Denver. I'm sure we all have at least heard of it so far, even if you're new to the area. And the local brewers, they're putting their finishing touches on their beers, hoping everything's turned out just right. Jeff Tyler from Yak and Yeti Brew Pub is here to tell us more. And first of all, has your beer turned out all right for Great American Beer Fest?
So far, it's been great.
Do you think it's good?
Yeah, it's great.
And is this going to be one of the beers that you're premiering out here?
So we're actually not premiering this at Great American Beer Fest. It's almost done. It's not quite there. We're going to be releasing it on October 15th. We're having an Oktoberfest party, beer garden music, and we're releasing our hashtag PSL, our pumpkin spice latte beer, as well as a fest beer, a German Oktoberfest.
All right, so you started off as a home brewer. I'm a pretty avid home brewer. I think viewers are aware of that at this point with how much drinking I do on the show. So just run it down real quick for non-home brewers. What are the essentials? You don't need all of this to start home brewing. You just need a couple of these ingredients to go.
Yeah, you don't need all these ingredients. It's actually fairly straightforward to brew beer at home. The main ingredient is barley, so that's going to provide all the sugars for the beer. And then the other ingredients over here is hops. And then you have yeast. Yeast is one of the most important and one of the most underknown ingredients in beer. That's what ferments the sugars into alcohol and makes the great beverage we all know and love.
And this is, you know, you start getting fancy, and this is the stuff that I've kind of wandered into too, where you're adding vanilla beans and pumpkin and brown sugar.
Right.
You know, there are trendy styles. It's almost like fashion. Can you tell us a little bit about the trends that are going on now?
Yeah, so I mean, one of the big trends that's happening now in the craft beer world is kind of taking a culinary influence and using that in brewing beer. So for this beer, we have a lot of different ingredients, and we put them in at specific times. It's similar to if you were to bake a pumpkin pie. It almost has the same ingredients in it.
So what's the economic impact here with craft beer in our area?
Yeah, so craft beer in Colorado is huge. There's over 150 or 350 craft breweries here, billions of dollars in income every year. So it's a very large industry. And the cool thing about Colorado is that there's so many craft breweries, everyone's kind of started to get specialized. And so people are really honing in on very specific subsets in craft beer and getting really good at it.
Just doing certain stuff. And some of your certain stuff, it's going to be at Great American Beer Fest on what days?
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, this coming Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And where can we find your beer around town if we want to go and have some?
Yeah, so we have a brew pub, brewery and restaurant in Arvada, Colorado. It's about 15 minutes outside of Denver, pretty close. And you can get all of our beer there. We're actually doing special beer releases every day this week. Special barrel-aged beers we've been saving all year long just for this week. So if you can't make it to GABF, if you didn't score tickets, you can still come to the brew pub.
I love that barrel-aged beer. It tastes good. Well, cheers, Jeff. Thank you very much for coming on in. You guys, back to you.
You're making me thirsty.
Bring it on over here.
Such a fun week here in Colorado. Thanks, guys. It's 7:50 right now.